What is up, everybody out there in HeroClix land? This once again is Scott Porter, back for day number 4 of our new unboxing series, Marvel HeroClix Fantastic Four. That's right, they're back. After a decade, they are back. We have missed them so much, and we're getting so many amazing Fantastic Four themed pieces. My top is just going, just exploding with all of this stuff. I still want to see super powerful versions of a bunch of the Fantastic Four. We have pulled varying degrees of power of the Fantastic Four over the first 3 days, which if you haven't seen them, pause this video right now, go back, watch days 1 through 3. I promise you, we will still be here for you after you're done watching those. We pulled a couple super rares, Amadeus Cho. We pulled Super Skrull yesterday. We pulled Frightful Four, different variations, the original Frightful Four. We've pulled Thundra from one of the more current versions of the Frightful Four. We haven't seen, outside of Nova, any Heralds of Galactus. I'm still looking for big, heavy hitters. Annihilus, players like that. Even Super Skrull was kind of underpowered, only 100 points at the top of his dial. So very manageable, very cost-effective pieces, but I want them to go wild a little bit, and I'm hoping that they do over these next couple of days, the stuff that we pull in day 4 and day 5. Set comes out July 22nd, and without further ado, let's just get into it, okay? Let's go. Over days 1 through 3, I've talked to you a little bit about the history of Fantastic Four, some of my favorite runs. You know, they just had blockbuster rider after blockbuster rider, especially in the past 20 years, the best in comics have been on this book. And because of that, you have just incredible stories. If you've never read Fantastic Four, I highly, highly recommend you go and you do that. Ooh, we got another super rare today. This is awesome. Okay, let's see. This is the original Reed Richards from the old book. So we've already seen him. We won't take a look at him with the original Human Torch. That's set number 3. Let's see. We got She-Thing. We just saw her yesterday. So not a ton of newness in this pack, but we did get X-23. Now, I want to get into X-23 because we pulled Laura Kinney, Wolverine, but we have not pulled the Laura Kinney X-23, who was a part of the Circle of Four. The Circle of Four storyline was a different kind of version of the Fantastic Four with Ghost Rider. That one was with Alejandro Jones's Ghost Rider, and that one was really dark. You're talking Venom, Red Hulk, X-23. They all just happened to be in Vegas when the world was about to end, and I don't want to ruin the storyline, but it was a little bit of a darker bent for like a new Fantastic Four themed kind of thing. And I don't even know if you would call them a new Fantastic Four, but I think that's why we have X-23 in here. And then we have our super rare, and that is Wolverine. I can't wait to see what he does in conjunction with Hulk and Spider-Man and Daniel Ketch Ghost Rider, who we have seen already. And man, they have some amazing synergy. I think those pieces are going to be maybe my favorite to play in the set. They have really diverse power sets, synergy with a shared trait. So we've got X-23 and Wolverine to look at. Oh, look at that. Little father-daughter situation here to look at today. Family's the theme, right? The first family. We got family and everything, even in the Wolverines in this set. Let's check them out. First off, we're going to start with X-23. Interested to see if she gets like a special trait or a special team ability. Here we go. X-23. Laura Kinney. Set number 25. She is 50 points. Okay, there we go. Circle of Four. Trait. If X-23 hasn't been moved or placed this turn, modify attack and damage by +1. Another trait, Healing Factor. She has toughness. At the beginning of your turn, if X-23 has 2 action tokens, heal her 1 click. Is she indomitable? She sure is. So you're not going to take that pushing damage if you ever push her to 2 tokens, and then you'll get a free click back. A nice little retreat tactic that you could do. Special movement power, Hunter and Tracker, Flurry, Sidestep, and Stealth. This is already looking like a pretty nasty version of X-23. She's got a wild card team ability there. There you go. Venom, Circle of Four. She's got Charge there, 5 clicks long, 50 points. pretty nice version of her. And again, if we get the rest of them, if we get Alejandra Jones, if we get Venom, if we get Red Hulk, they're all going to have that shared trait, I believe, of getting attack and damage values pumped up. And that's going to be big time for some of the other players on this team. For her, it's always interesting because do you take the Blades, Claws, Fangs? Do you take the natural printed damage? For her, on her first click, for sure, you're just going to take that printed damage, especially if she gets that +1 damage boost, because you're doing 4 no matter what on the top of that dial with exploit weakness. That's big time. I like her a lot. Okay, moving on to Logan, to Wolverine. Here we go. And man, does he have a lot of words on this card. Oh boy. Let's take a look at him. He's in that old leather jacket get-up, late 80s, early 90s situation. Got some khakis on, you know, looking like a real Canadian biker here. We've got Wolverine, Fantastic Four, Weapon X, and X-Men keywords. Set number 54 comes in at 75 points, just like the rest of them. They all come in at 75 points. Spider-Man, Ghost Rider, Hulk, Wolverine, all 75 points. So 300-point team here. A new kind of fantastic teamwork. When Wolverine hits with a close attack, until your next turn, other friendly characters with the Fantastic Four keyword can use Flurry. This is insane. Between the 4 of them, they're granting exploit weakness, they're granting Flurry. The Hulk yesterday, what was he granting? Charge. The Hulk grants Charge. Spider-Man, I think, grants Super Senses, if I'm not wrong. So exploit weakness, Charge, Flurry, and Super Senses are what they grant to each other when they hit with close attacks. So the order of the way that you're attacking with them is going to be very, very important. And that is awesome. The synergy is so great. Don't stay down easy is a trait on his card. Wolverine would be KO'd except by this trait. Instead, put him on this card with 4 healing tokens. What? At the beginning of your turn, remove a healing token. When you remove the last one, place him back on the map on click number 6 within 4 squares of a friendly character with the Fantastic Four keyword. If you can't, KO him. Protected from Pulse Wave. The new Fantastic Four, he can carry 1 passenger, but only to carry characters with the Fantastic Four keyword. That's hilarious. I want to see Wolverine with the Hulk on his shoulders, like a little kid at a carnival, like just carrying Hulk around, this little squatty, hairy man carrying the Hulk. How does he do that? It makes sense for the rest of them. Does not make sense for Wolverine. He's dragging a motorcycle behind him. I mean, the only one he can really carry is Spider-Man. That being said, let's get back to it. At the beginning of your turn, remove a healing token. Oh, wait, no, sorry. But to only carry... I got to be down here, guys. I just started reading the wrong trait. Too many words. Once per turn, when Wolverine is carried and placed adjacent to 2+ opposing characters, after resolutions, he may make a close attack. That matters way more for Wolverine than the first part of that new Fantastic Four shared trait. Bloodthirsty Barrage, a special movement power. Charge, Flurry, Sidestep. When Wolverine KOs an opposing character, after resolutions, remove an action token from him. Okay, look at the back of the card there. 7 clicks long, ringing in at 75 points. Blades, Claws, Fangs all the way down. He's granting Flurry. I mean, damage-dealing machine. Top dial is only 2 clicks of damage until he gets into his more furious state, I guess. But he's got regen at the end of the dial, so when you come back onto the board after being KO'd, when you clear those 4 tokens, if your team can stay alive that long, he gets back onto the board. He's got a chance to regen back up to mid-dial where he's dealing a lot of damage. He's got that Flurry, Blades, Claws, Fangs situation, and he can be carried all over the board. And when he's placed against 2 enemies, he can start dealing a lot of damage. That's pretty cool. Okay, that was booster number 1. Okay, we haven't seen any primes, and I actually haven't seen a lot of pieces that have an A-B situation. We saw that with the Punisher robot, and we saw that with Black Panther. But outside of that, I haven't seen. So I haven't really gathered a lot of clues on who else the primes could be in this set. And I'm usually piecing together at least 3 of the 4 by the time we're done with these unboxing series. Not as much today. A little bit of mystery happening here. Okay. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. We have a Skrull Infiltrator. So earlier on in this unboxing series, we got a Skrull Warrior, and I said, you know, it'd be cool if that Skrull had different dials. Well, instead of just having different dials, they just gave us a different Skrull generic altogether. This one's an Infiltrator, and that was what I was hoping for from the Warrior. Here we go with Red Hulk from Circle of 4. Here we go with Human Torch, set number 19. So hopefully a more powerful version of Johnny. But, you know, the Johnny I really want is when Johnny came back from the, from being absent for a while in Hickman's run. Again, don't want to spoil anything, but when he came back, he had something incredibly powerful. He controlled, oh man, is the statute of limitations done on the Hickman run? Can I spoil it? We've got a different version of She-Thing as well. A whole different, how many She-Things are we going to have in this set? It's crazy. I think this is our third version of the She-Thing here. You can tell because she's got a blue belt instead of the white belt that she's had before. So a different version of She-Thing, different version of the Human Torch. And then we have, of course, Living Laser on the end there, who was a member of the Frightful Four for a while. So a clean booster. No dupes in this booster. This far into the unboxing is always a very encouraging sign for the set itself. Listen, guys, if you didn't read the Hickman run, I don't want to ruin it, but I really want to talk about the Johnny Storm that I want to see. Johnny Storm says the words, "This is where I make my stand," in the Hickman run, and he becomes a different type of guy. And it was really hard for me for a long time to love Johnny Storm. He was always so immature, always playing jokes on Ben Grimm all the time. He was always just more worried about what hot girl he was going to date next. And it just seemed like he never really evolved, even through Mark Waid's run. One of my favorite issues actually revolves around him playing a joke on Ben Grimm. Ben Grimm, knowing that it's the Yancey Street gang who's playing all these tricks on him, and he goes to really deal some damage to them. But you find out that Johnny Storm is the one that's been perpetrating these pranks for years and years and years, and using the Yancey Street gang as a cover. And so that's the type of Johnny Storm he had for a very long time. But in Hickman's run, he really grew up. He became way more powerful as well. And when he came back from being away for a while, he had something. He had a cosmic item that made him super powerful. I'm like dancing around. That's the Johnny Storm I want to see. I want high-level dials of the Fantastic Four somewhere in this set. We haven't seen it yet. This one's only coming in at 50 points. I just don't think that's enough. That's not even Supernova Johnny Storm. But that being said, let's see what they do. Don't judge a book by its cover, but as of right now, we haven't had that like mega level Fantastic Four piece yet. All right, let's go with Skrull Infiltrator, which I was kind of hoping for earlier, so I'm glad that we got this piece. Skrull Infiltrator, set number 7, comes in at 20 points. It's got Skrulls and spy keywords. Assume your form. If this character hasn't been moved or placed this turn, choose a standard opposing character within 4 squares in line of fire that has not been chosen by this effect this turn. Both players roll a d6. If your result is higher, place Skrull Infiltrator and the chosen character in each other's squares. So you flip them. Okay? So a little bit of board manipulation there. Skrull, team ability, 3 clicks on the back there. Still, I really want I want WizKids to push the Skrull team abilities a little bit further, at least the special abilities. You know, maybe make it so that when you damage a Skrull Infiltrator at some point, like there's a role that you can play to maybe you damage your own teammate, you know, because they've manipulated the situation in that way. It would be kind of a cool way to make you really focus on them early. You know, because Skrulls aren't dangerous on their own, but once they start getting into the groove of assuming the identities of other people in the comic universe, they become really, really dangerous. And a way to emulate that on the game board would be cool. I'd love to see some further exploration of that on WizKids' part. Okay, let's go with Red Hulk. When we saw X-23, Red Hulk here, good old Thaddeus Ross, good old Thunderbolt. Set number 10. Comes in at 75 or 50 points. Has the Circle of 4 shared trait. If Red Hulk hasn't been moved or placed this turn, modify attack and damage by +1. So everybody's going to have that damage and attack value increase. Angrier and hotter, shared as a trait. When Red Hulk takes damage from an opponent's attack, give him an anger token of a maximum of 2. When Red Hulk makes a close attack and has an anger token, modify damage by +1. After resolutions, remove an anger token. If Red Hulk has 2 anger tokens, he deals penetrating damage, including poison. He has a wild card team ability. Oh man, that's nasty. And he can stack that with his trait. He could be doing 6 damage and have it be penetrating. Oh no, I guess it would only be 5 damage, but still 5 penetrating damage off the top there. Woo, that is a nasty piece, and that's only 75 points. You got charge, poison. Oh man, that is insane. His defensive powers are great. 75 points, that's a very playable piece. The Circle of 4 is going to be a little bit dangerous. The synergy that they've created with these newer Fantastic Four, teams, as well as the homages to them in a way. I'm excited to see Silk if we can pull her at some point. Not too many boosters left to do that, but that would be awesome. Let's go with She-Thing. We're getting so many She-Things. Why? That is one question I have. Why are we getting so many She-Things? I wish we got, I'm saying if you just took Thundra's sculpt and put a different costume on her, you could have done sculpt reuse and still had Sharon Ventura in her original Miss Marvel kind of form. I know you can't call her Miss Marvel, but still, especially when she was in the Wrestling League. That being said, let's see. Oh, this is the Frightful Four version. Okay, I said she was sometimes an ally, sometimes an enemy. This is when she was in the Frightful Four. Still, I mean, so many She-Things, guys. Not a character I thought we'd get a ton of. Fantastic Four, Frightful Four, and Monster. Set number 28 comes in at 75 points. Frightful Four, if you don't want me, is a trait that she has. Unique modifier, friendly characters with a Frightful Four keyword modify damage by +1 when attacking only characters that share a keyword with them. Oh, wow. Coming after those that hurt me is a special movement power, Leap Climb. When She-Thing uses it after resolutions, she may make a close attack. I think the other Frightful Four members had the Minions of Doom team ability. She does not. Listen, this cover is a recreation of an earlier cover, which is great. But this is during Robinson's run. And, good dial. Good dial for sure. Good traits and everything. I'm a little bummed that we're losing spots in this set to have that many She-Things. Just going to be honest. Not thrilled that we've got 3 She-Things now. Don't think it's necessary for her to take up that many slots, especially when we have so many characters that we are left wanting that could have taken that place. You could have very easily done a Frightful Fantastic Four dual dial thing. Choose one at the beginning of the game. She gets the Fantastic Four trait, or she gets the Frightful Four trait. Be done with her. Give us something else, man. Anyway, that being said, it's the only thing I've been super disappointed with outside of not having mega leveled Fantastic Four. Here we go. Human Torch. All right. This sculpt is great. It's fully on fire. The unstable molecules in their costumes allow that 4 to maybe stay there on his chest. Set number 19 comes in at 50 points. If you're playing the drinking game, you got lucky. Trait, reforming the Fantastic Four. Once per attack, you may force the attacker to re-roll a 4 and an attack roll targeting Human Torch. Flame on. When Human Torch moves, after the resolution of each move, you may immediately generate a hindering terrain marker in a square he moved through. At the beginning of your next turn, remove those markers, even if this is lost. Okay, so they stay no matter what until the next turn. Team ability, Fantastic Four, of course. Bullets melt before they reach me. Too hot to handle. See here. Fantastic Four number 1, that James Robinson run again. Hypersonic speed, not too bad. 2 targets, some damage there. Again, I know that the Fantastic Four were a little bit depowered when the Robinson run started. They were brought down a little bit during the Marvel Now run. in power, but come on, we gotta get big time 100-pointers. Gotta get them. We gotta get them. Okay, Living Laser. All right, here we go. Have not seen him yet. Set number 42 rings in at 75 points. All the Frightful Four members have come in at 75 points so far, all of them. Batrock's Brigade, Frightful Four, Lethal Legion, MODOK's 11, Masters of Evil, and Scientist. Frightful Four, Blinded by the Light, unique modifier. Opposing characters modify attack by -1 when making a ranged attack that targets 1+ friendly characters with the Frightful Four keyword. Also has a trait Absorption or Amplification. When Living Laser is missed by an attack, give him an Absorption token. Free, remove an Absorption token to choose one. Regeneration at no cost or Ranged Combat Expert at no cost. Man, yeah, see, the Frightful Four pieces in this set are going to wipe the floor with the Fantastic Four pieces that we've seen so far, outside of that one Sue Storm with the triple targets and the modern day kind of feel. There you go on the back there. Pretty colorful dial. Does some cool things. Nothing spectacular, but still actually a really strong piece again. You're dealing with hypersonic speed, running shot, with Psychic Blast or penetrating damage. I mean, they're going to mop the floor with the Fantastic Four that we pulled so far. Maybe I've just had bad luck. I haven't seen a lot of the high-level Fantastic Four, but we got to get them. That's all I can say. Okay, tomorrow we will be back for day 5. I'll open this puppy, and then we'll see what's in the one that I had to hide behind the book here. I'm sure some of you have already paused and zoomed and recalibrated and tried to depixelize everything. Maybe you've already seen what I pulled, but if you haven't, don't be a snooper. Don't try and spoil it for yourself. Enjoy the fun, man. Enjoy the fun. Thank you guys so much for coming along on this ride with me. Thank you to WizKids for allowing me to share this stuff with you guys. Thank you to HyperRPG for hosting me for this unboxing series. Check them out on HyperRPG over on Twitch or on YouTube. You can look at their live current content, or you can go back and check out their archived content. They have something for everybody, 100%, I promise you. This new set, Fantastic Four, comes out July 22nd at your local comic shops and brick-and-mortar game stores. Support them, support local businesses, support those shops. They've been there for us forever. We need to be there for them. We need to be there for them now. So I hope you guys can do that and will do that. Thank you so much for watching. I can't wait to see what we pull tomorrow, and I cannot wait to see what the dial is on that chase that I pulled yesterday that we'll finally get to see tomorrow. So I will see you guys then, and until then, may all your rolls be... Oh, it's an 11! It's an 11! May all your rolls be one more than that. Critical hits. Peace.